primary ships, starting with the Corvettes, will all have these stat variabilities, as well as they will have the ability to add retrofits to them. Retrofits are going to be the main way in which you modify your ship's functionality and the things that it can do. And the Corvettes are going to have basically 5 stacks of retrofits available, and that means what you can do is you collect these retrofits in game. There'll be things that you seek out. You can equip these to your ship up to a stack of 5 of the same type. And when you do that, the bonuses applied from those will stack up as well. But there is a little bit of a catch there. As you go to apply these retrofits, each time you add one, there is a chance of failure. And if you fail to install a retrofit, it destroys all the previous retrofits you had installed. And that the chance of failure is based off the number of stacks you currently have equipped. So there is some risk when you go to install these because these are not parts that are necessarily meant to be on your ship. It's kind of a hacky way of doing modifications to your ship, but they do provide a lot of very powerful benefits that you can really apply to your ship to specialize in specific roles of what you may want to do.
Can we talk through that scenario of doing those upgrades just so people can
Absolutely.
sort of understand how that might work? Like, okay, I've got an upgrade. I want to put it on my ship. Like, what
So
happens? What do I
so
do?
you'll go into your hangar bay for your ship, and you'll have a list of the retrofits that you've collected throughout your gameplay, and you'll choose which one of those you want to install. If you have no retrofits installed in your ship, obviously you can select from anything in your list of retrofits. And an example here, let me just kind of use something as an example. This is stuff that's still in development, but let's say we've got one that's called augmented ballistics that gives you plus X to all of your weapons, and there'll be rarity for each of these. They'll have the same attribute modifier as far as applies to your weapons, but the rarity will determine what that bonus is going to be. So a common would give you +1 to your weapons, a rare +2, and a legendary would give you +3. And let's say I've collected 10 of these augmented ballistics, and I'm ready to start trying to equip these retrofits and get up to a stack of 5 on my ship. The first one that I install is going to have a 100% success rate, so I automatically get the first one, and
Nice. So
I,
I'm +2 now. My ship's got
exactly.
plus 2 weapons, and
Yep.
then that worked. Cool.
And now I go, all right. So I want to get a little risky. So now I want to try to install a second one of these, a second augmented ballistics, and basically go up to tier 2 of this. I have a 90% success rate, so the success rate is going to go down by 10% each time you equip a new one. So the next one I have a 90% chance to succeed. I get that. So now I've got up to a +6 depending upon the rarity. So let's just say these are all rare versions that I'm using. So now I'm at +4 for my weapon stat for my ship. And then I go, all right, let's press my luck. I want to keep going, and I'm going to go to install the third one. And I've got an 80% success rate on this, and I fail. Now
Oh
all of those,
no.
yeah, I rolled terrible. Now all of those that I'd previously equipped are now gone, but I've still got the other 7 remaining that I can try to do this again.
So
And
I
I
go back down to like plus 0,
plus
but
zero.
I've got to start building up my bonuses again.
Exactly. So there's some strategy there and kind of what you want to do, and saving these up to kind of reach your kind of your break points of what you're trying to achieve. And there may be certain events or assignments that you're trying to participate in where there's a certain benchmark you're trying to reach, which will probably try to govern those decisions about how much risk do you want to take versus how much reward you're going to get for installing these retrofits.
So
And
so did you say there was 5 levels of retrofit that you can
three
go?
the,
Three
three
levels?
sorry, 3 rarities, but the Corvettes initially, our first ships are going to have up to 5 stacks. So I can put up to 5 stacks on there, which means my final one will be at a 60% chance of success to get a full 5 stack of retrofits.
Yeah. So with this ballistic modifier, so I could get like if it's +2 for each one
Hmm.
of these, I could get up to like
Plus
plus
10.
10.
Exactly.
That's pretty significant, but I
It,
mean that's pretty risky to go ahead and I guess a lot of luck as well to get them all.
it is. And, again, like 60% chance, like, over the course is not too bad. Some of the other ships that we're going to have as you progress in the ship classes you can control or that you can have in your fleet will have higher numbers of stacks. So there's more risk involved in trying to get those to, basically min max. But, with more reward comes more risk.
It's a tough call if I've got 4 on there. and I've only got one more. Do I want to take the risk and
Exactly.
put it on there, or do I want to save up and get a few of them before I try and get to level 5? Because
Exactly.
if I lose it, then I got nothing. I go
Yep.
back to 0.
Exactly. And maybe you take that risk. Maybe you've got two sets of retrofits that you're toggling, but that you're debating between. You go, I've got a 9 copies of this one, and I've got 6 copies of the other ones. But the one that I've got 6 copies of is my preferred one. I'll go ahead and try to get as many of those on as I can. If I fail, I've always got something else to fall back to and still be able to get some
Oh
bonuses.
yeah, that's a good strategy.